It has offered me alternative perspectives that I wouldn't have considered, because the guardians, also known as the masters, teachers, and loved ones, take a 360-degree perspective on any given situation, because ultimately, one perspective isn't the end-all be-all perspective. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited you are here. I was guided back in 2008 to start my spiritual journey. And when I say guided to start it, I think my journey started long before I was an adult, but that's when I really started receiving and understanding downloads. And when I received this specific download, which was to start yoga, I never imagined it would take me down a road of deep awakening to my soul's truth. I never thought that it would lead me to the Akashic Records and how much my life has changed. The Akashic Records have been a transformational journey, and it's hard to put into words how much my life has changed by doing the work and leaning into the Akashic Records. And I put doing the work first on purpose. And the reason for that is it doesn't matter what spiritual tools you have in your toolbox. If you're not utilizing them and you're not doing the work to utilize them, doing the work that you're being guided to do, and the work can look different from person to person, day to day, chapter to chapter. If you're not doing it, you're not going to change. You're not going to evolve. You are the only person that can make that decision to evolve. It might not be I'm going to evolve. It's a steady progress of change. And change doesn't happen overnight. Change happens from all of the decisions you make throughout the day, throughout your lifetime. And what's hard right now won't be hard later on in your lifetime, because you decided to make small, tiny changes. And that's one of the things that I love about the Akashic Records is the masters, teachers, and loved ones will support you in making changes, will support you in doing the work, will support you in seeing an alternative perspective. And if you're new to me and you don't know what the Akashic Records are, they're a field of infinite possibilities. Every word, every deed, every thought from the moment your soul is incepted is recorded in the Akashic field. Everyone, everything has an Akashic Records. We can open up your Akashic Records, my Akashic Records, anyone's Akashic Records, and receive loving guidance and support in any and all areas of your life. The Akashic Records is a life tool. It is a life-changing tool for me because it has helped me in making different choices in my life that I didn't think were possible in the past. It has offered me alternative perspectives that I wouldn't have considered, because the guardians, also known as the masters, teachers, and loved ones, take a 360-degree perspective on any given situation, because ultimately, one perspective isn't the end-all be-all perspective. Just like if you were staring at, let's say, a painting from one angle, and then you go from a different angle, you might catch something that looks different. Perspective is all in the eye of the beholder, and when we give ourselves new opportunities to look at different perspectives, It offers a different level of empathy, understanding, compassion, healing, and it's just assists with evolving just in general. So let me give you an example on perspective. I have this piece of big chunky black tourmaline in my hand. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually see the video. So have a big piece of chunky black tourmaline. From my perspective, I can share what the piece of tourmaline looks like. From another person's perspective, if they're only looking at it from the front, they can go, this is what the tourmaline looks like. So I might go, this beautiful piece of black tourmaline is black. It has these beautiful, magnificent, chunky white lines with specks of silver. And then the other person looking at this is going, I don't see any of that. It's just black. It might have like one tiny little speck of white in it, but I don't understand what you're talking about. You're incorrect. And I'm going, no. It has beautiful white big veins through the entire crystal. It's magnificent. And the other person might go, no, it's not. Until you look at it from a different perspective. My perspective has big, chunky, white, magnificent lines of crystals in it, where from the other perspective, it doesn't have any of that. And so remember, it's all about perspective. And that's the cool thing about the Akashic Records is they offer alternative perspectives that you might not have considered. And why would that be important? Well, if someone's having a bad day, or maybe you're trying to learn how to communicate more effectively, having an alternative perspective on how you can communicate effectively can offer an amazing way for you to evolve. You might be offered things that you never considered that support you in shifting or softening or discerning in a different way. The Akashic Records for me has changed my outlook on money, from healing my money story to shifting out of money habits, behaviors, and patterns that are not serving me. The Akashic Records has supported me in building my own business, from how I design things to what I offer. And the cool part about this is I've used the advice from the masters, teachers, and loved ones on how to build my business. And then I'll go and I'll be a part of a high-end mastermind, and they'll share tips that I've already known for years that help people grow their business, but I already knew it and I've already implemented it and it's already worked for me. And it's amazing to witness that as well. The records help you in all areas. So all areas mean health, money, career and business, family, romance, relationships, fun and leisure, spirituality. All of these areas, when you are actively allowing them to all be fulfilled, they assist you in you becoming the most fulfilled, the most joy, the most happy, and assist you in processing and navigating life as a spiritual being having a human experience. Life is complicated. They support you with exploring emotions, and they support you with being okay with being you and being authentic. They see and they know everything your soul has ever gone through, and they take that into consideration when exploring habits and patterns that are no longer serving you, or where you're not quite sure why something feels off or why you're behaving in a particular way because you didn't have that before, or you never experienced a trauma that would warrant that behavior. Whatever the case is, they take into consideration your ancestral lineage and your soul lineage so that you have a better understanding of why you might be doing the things that you're doing and how to shift out of them if they're not in alignment with you, if they're not assisting you in growing, or why you might have an irrational fear about something that doesn't make sense for you to have any rational fear around. The Akashic Records are magnificent and beautiful. Magnificent and beautiful. So before we end this episode, I want to share a channeled message from the masters, teachers, and loved ones. If you are interested in learning how to open up your own Akashic Records, how to learn how to utilize the records to evolve, I'd love for you to join us in Sacred Awakening. We have an early bird discount going on. Currently, you can go to theamyrobeson.com/records, theamyrobeson.com/records, and receive more information about Sacred Awakening and if we're currently enrolling new students at the early bird discount, because you might be listening to this after the discount ends. So with that being said, let's do this magnificent channel message from the masters, teachers, and loved ones. Your soul is guiding you throughout your day. Your soul came here to be on purpose and live with purpose. You will have many purposes to fulfill in your life. Some of those purposes are beautiful and grand, while others are assisting you with evolving. When you evolve, not everything will feel good. And this is why it's so important to master the art of feeling your emotions, to give yourself permission to feel, not to push, not to compress, not to ignore, but to actually feel. Part of the human experience is to feel these emotions and to allow them to move through you in a healthy way. When you do this, they don't get trapped. They don't get ignored. They get to be felt and experienced and fully honored and released. When you fully honor them, you have the opportunity to release them so that you can make space for the things that you're wanting to have and to experience. Sometimes the soul wants to experience heartbreak because it supports the soul in evolving. If you compress or ignore or push down the emotion of sadness, of anger that is a part of that heartbreak, you're not fulfilling the purpose that you're meant to experience in this lifetime. Please note that heartbreak is not easy. Everyone experiences heartbreak through their human experience, some more than others. It's how you're choosing to really give yourself permission to experience the experience of heartbreak and how you choose to evolve from it. Your whole human experience is for you to have many experiences so that your soul can evolve, your soul can make certain things right, your soul can break free from certain patternings, certain traumas, and certain old predetermined patterns. The masters, teachers, loved ones want me to explain predetermined patterns. So your soul can have different things that you experience through different timelines, through different lifetimes, and these predetermined patterns can get carried over into this lifetime. And when that happens, it can make you believe that you have to behave in a particular way that you don't have to. So it's like predetermined that you're already going to behave in this particular way. And so when you have these predetermined patterns and you give yourself permission to start evolving, you can start releasing those predetermined patterns so that you can evolve and release yourself from them. You have the ability to change so much and so many things throughout your lifetime. It's important to have the courage to step into transformation. It's important to have the courage to be willing to be uncomfortable. It's important to have the courage to explore what the heart is wanting to explore with great curiosity. The more curious you get about who you are and what you're here to do in this particular moment, and you'll hear that we said in this particular moment, because what you're doing in this particular moment, not in the future, creates the future. And so the more that you focus on the present moment, focus on your beingness, you will evolve into something so much grander than you ever thought was possible. And you will fold time in a way that supports you in receiving the things that you are meant to receive and your heart desires to receive. You are capable of creating the future in the present moment by being present. Breathe and just be. Act on the desires. Take into consideration your feelings, your emotions, and where you're wanting to go. And give yourself permission to be present with the emotions that arise throughout the day so that you can create the future you truly desire to have. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are magnificent. Feel your emotions, be in the present moment, and let go of what's no longer serving you. Those being old emotions, old experiences, so that you can and will experience what you are meant to experience in all of its glory so that your soul can evolve. All right, my friend, I hope you enjoyed that message. Take what resonates, leave behind the rest. And please share this with a friend and like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.